We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New York Jets. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They go play action now. Haskins. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Tackle made.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is, finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at him.
First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
First down, Raiders.
Now a give to Breida. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
He's brought down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete right around the 8. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Matt Breida, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season. In a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic, this is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across?
And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Conner, and this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Raiders 7, Jets 0. Steven Hauschka on for the field goal. A 20-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The intended receiver was Thaddeus Moss. But now it'll be 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
The pass complete. It's Bird. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. He was brought down by Brandon Copeland.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And finding the tight end Hooper. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
A gain of 14.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They go counter with Breida. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
The ball carrier.
Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
They had 2 straight first downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, Connor. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Right back to Connor here on 1st. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. James Conner, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
you
down.
Don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
1st and 10.
We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
Touchdown, Jets.
He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it, but it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs, and they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Raiders 17, Jets 7. Tucker McCann set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's got Hooper on the short connection.
Jackson
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson looking downfield for Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
The throw over the middle taken in. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Complete to Demir Bird.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. First and goal with Lamar Jackson leading the charge, the 23-year-old quarterback. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Matt Breida with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Raiders add on to their lead. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive? And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts,
Taken down
as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, it's Haskins. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Henry Ruggs, the rookie, his intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Here's Haskins. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And almost intercepted. That would have been his 3rd pick in this game alone. Instead, 4th down.
Jamie Gillen.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen. Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a 1st down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the 2nd half is now underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the 2nd half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down.
And a Las Vegas 1st down.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight.
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Matt Breida with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for a nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what this is caught at the 20. And he's going to have this down deep into Vegas territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 55 yards. And now here's another interception. Nevin Lawson with a pick. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. After the interception, here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. 2nd half with the lead. This is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Looking downfield for Jones. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 14. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
They'll take over first.
The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Jackson to throw. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. And I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
Now it's Breida. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run with Breida. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
You can almost feel him thinking as he's running the football. Just one more block, anything to get me to the perimeter and around the corner. Couldn't quite get there. Ends up getting spilled for a loss.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders are pouring it on. Now Hausch could attack on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38, Jets 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The run. Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
That's the end of the
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. They go play action with Haskins.
And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
4th down. Here's Haskins. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. And he'll complete this to Gibson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling has been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think can absorb that contact.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
This is caught, and he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Henry Ruggs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, and the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually...
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
He's brought down at the...
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
3rd down.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down.
He's taken down.
3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 45 the mic. Check 45 the mic. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Jackson on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
It's a
23 yards on the play.
First down, Raiders.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
On first and 10 is Connor. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On the handoff, this is Breida. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Malcolm Jenkins.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Haskins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And they will take a knee here.
Jackson on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Today's final score, Raiders.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Las Vegas, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Jets, this season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Menu narration option is set to off.